What's good, people? It is the night of UFC 326. Quite excited. Well, I'm definitely excited about the main event. The rest of it is pretty much garbage, but locked in, ready to go. Yeah, pretty excited. Looking forward to having a chat with the boys, and everyone else pretty much. Seeing how you're all doing before we get this card underway. Yeah, looking forward to getting into it. Yeah. Hope everyone's well. How you doing, Colossus? Good, brother. How you feeling about tonight? You excited? I'll be honest, it's not the most. A lot of people have called this card stacked. I don't really agree with that. I think it's an all right card. But the main event is definitely fun, and we've got a few bangers. Hopefully, that will carry us through the night. How you doing, Jack Beats? What's good, man? Franco, how you doing, Gaz Ninja? Dober fight might be off. Oh, that would be a massive pity. That's probably one of the best. That's probably the second best fight on the card. What's the story behind that? Somebody not well. That would be a pity. That was a guaranteed slugfest. That'd be a shame. Hopefully that's not the case. I didn't stick that one in a parlay anyway because it was too much of a 50-50 for me, even though we know what Dober's about and the type of people that he likes to knock out. He must be gutted. I'm assuming he's not the one who's pulled out. I didn't see the weigh-in, so but I didn't hear there was any problems with it per se. So no, that's a shame. I hope you're wrong. Very much so. Hopefully my camera's all right, or my microphone rather. Apparently Michael Johnson was pooping blood. Not even exaggerating like I usually do. That's not a reason to not get in there and fight. Surely. Pretty much a pathetic excuse. Bit of a French excuse, if you ask me. But no, genuinely, that would be a shame. But it goes to show, yeah, that fight being pulled from the card is devastating. If that's potentially what's happening. Because, I mean, it could be one of those ones where on the card we get some absolute banger fights, but I need storylines. I personally always pull out. I wish I could say the same. My pull-out game is horrendous. Always has been, always will be. I just get carried away, you know? Get a little bit excited in a moment, and then things happen. You know? But at least I'm able to, like, live with the consequences, you know? Anyway, no, that's a real shame if that's the case. That was one of the very few fights on paper that I was looking forward to. I do think we will get, like... I do think we'll get some scraps. I don't know who half these people are. Does speak to the level of the card. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's disappointing. It's disappointing if that turns out to be the case, but it is what it is. This is what they do, yeah. If they don't properly stack these cards, this is what ends up happening. You know? Personally, I hope Michael Johnson nuts up and gets in there anyway, because he's not exactly a spring chicken. You know, I doubt he's got like retirement money. I know he's been in the UFC for ages, but just nut up and get in there, mate. I have no pull-out game. I just fill her up. I 100% approve of that attitude. If you don't believe in strapping up, then just you might as well go all in, because pre-com is a thing. Yeah. Typical start to this stream. Didn't take long for us to start getting down in the dirt. But yeah, that's very disappointing. I mean, I don't know why I was watching an Israel Adesanya video the other day. I guess I was feeling charitable, and he said that this card was stacked. I mean, you can't shill any more than that. But this would definitely be a devastating blow to the card, for sure. And it will result in like more waiting around as well, which I'm definitely not up for. But it is what it is. It is what it is. These things happen. It's always a shame when it happens the day of, though. That's not what you want to hear. Never mind. never mind. We truck on. The only thing for me is like I've got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm kind of contemplating just maybe sleeping my way through the prelims, which I never really do, and then maybe tuning in late, like sort of couple fights before the main card, because I do not want to be zombieing my way through tomorrow. I'm not up for that. So we'll see. But respect on the pull-out game, Gaz Ninja, or lack thereof. Hola, amigo. How you doing? Oh, what's good, man? Shout out to you for commenting on some of the shorts recently. I've been a bit inactive on the channel the last week. I've just been so busy, man. I don't have the energy to be jumping on these days. But yeah, all is well, man. I hope you're good. I hope you're looking forward to the card as well. Like I said, bit bummed out about that Dober and Johnson news. That was one of those ones that was guaranteed to be a firefight, but there should be a message to the UFC. You need to stack your cards better. We haven't had one single stacked card in 2026. It's not exactly been a great start for the Paramount era, but I've had 4 Modelos and I'm going to sleep and wake up for the main event soon. I'm honestly thinking about doing the same thing. Minus the Modelos, I'm not really... you definitely are a UFC, man. They've got you with that advertising. I've never even tried a Modelo. I'm not really a beer person in general anymore. Like too many calories, man. If I'm gonna be drinking, I'm gonna go hard and go fast. Straight whiskey. Which, as anyone who's been a long time follower of this channel knows me way too well, that's how I get down. And that's when the real me comes out, you know. I can't really pinpoint another fight on the card that I'm genuinely... I mean, the main event is phenomenal. It really is. Like I think Charles and Max are going to put on a show for us, but it's a lot to get through. It's 6 hours of who cares until we get to that moment. How you doing, Lane? What's good? Loving the PFP. Did you lose a bet? Going to be a big night for Brazil. What Brazilian fighters are fighting? I know we've got Rodriguez. Can you sing a song? You don't want to hear that, mate. You definitely don't want to hear me do that. All good showing support. I watch a lot of YouTube when doing admin. Last 7 days, 43 watch hours for fuck's sake. But to be fair, a lot of it is just white noise while working. Yeah, it's nice to have something on. I used to be able to get away with that a little bit at work, but now I don't even have time for it. Like my work days go so fast. I don't have time to do anything other than get the job done. I don't mind it, you know. I'm not gonna try and pronounce it. I've had it a couple times. Whiskey's kind of whiskey to me though. In terms of Scottish whiskies, I'm a big fan of a brand called Ardbeg, which is it's a very smoky kind of whiskey. I do enjoy it. Japanese whiskeys are very good at the moment as well, going down smooth. But it was a weird transition for me because I went through, like, I used to be one of those really soft drinkers where like I would have any spirit without a mixer and I'd be gagging like a motherfucker. And I know you guys are gonna go like, yeah, he's always gagging on Friday night on something else. But for some reason, when I hit my 30s, I just became a hardcore drinker. Like I could, you know, I don't really get crazy drunk unless I'm listening to Giuliano for 6 hours. Yo, I'm eating Cocoa Pops, an old classic. I'm more of a Cheerios man now myself. I've matured. Robocop, Bellato, Baralho, and Oliveira. The Robocop one is a little bit of a coin toss. Obviously, you got, as the community seems to be putting it, slimed out last time. He fought the same opponent, Bruno Ferreira. But I very rarely see fights go the same way. So it could be I mean, Rodriguez was doing very, very well in that fight until he wasn't. Do you like Trump? I find him amusing. I wouldn't want him as my leader, but as an Englishman, which again, I don't like admitting, but I am kind of an Englishman. I like to laugh at him from a distance. So he does amuse me. I mean, they're all bullshitters and liars anyway, so they might as well be funny. I'm shocking. I drink about 3 boxes of vodka a day and smoke over an ounce a week. Sounds like you're living the right life there, sir. I quit smoking when COVID happened. There's that word that YouTube doesn't like. There are only bad habits if you can't afford to support them, though. Well, it's about I mean, there's no surefire way of doing things because, like, you can live well your entire life and still get fucked. So you might as well, I think stress is the biggest killer of all. So as long as you're doing things that are keeping you mellowed out and happy, I say go for it, mate. If Arsenal win the Premier League, this side will go down as the best ever Premier League 11. I was talking to my brother about this the other day. Actually, it wasn't the other day. It was like 2 hours ago. I troll on Arsenal all the time. You know how much I hate them. It will be a very, very good Premier League win if they get it done. But they are nowhere near the best Premier League 11 of all time. Get the fuck out of here with that. You've come here to troll. You've come here to trigger me. And you've done a very, very good job. How you doing, Ched Ed? What's good, bro? You got any nice picks for me tonight? I feel like I need some. No, I don't know who that is. Was absolutely brilliant with me a few weeks ago on your channel. You had good banter, but I was just wondering, do you need some tissues as Man City's? As soon as we drew Man City, I kind of knew we were screwed. We do not do very well against them. So I'm very pragmatic about it. I'm not one of those guys who, like, losing a football game ruins my weekend. I don't really care that much. I'm happy when we win. When we lose, I just go, whatever, and I move on. You know, it doesn't really down me that much. And I'm used to being a Newcastle fan when we were proper shit. So take the rough with the smooth. That's what I say. Miami and Messi, yeah, Miami seem to have sorted their shit out. It looked like a little. I was a bit worried about them in that first game, but they seem to be back to their normal selves. So I've got a ton of bets. Let's hit them, man. I want to make some money tonight. I've got one parlay up at the moment. I haven't really been betting too heavily lately. Just the odd, like, 25 quid here and there. But yes, Tiger King, it was brilliant. We had a good time. I do need to, yeah, boxes of cans. I can never be bothered. I let that box of vodka comment go a little bit unpunished, to be fair. What kind of vodka are you drinking? Parlay Montez. I've got Tobias on my parlay because I think that's where I kind of disagreed because I don't think Bellato is very good. I think he's going to get chinned out. Dober is apparently out, Cheds. Or rather, Johnson's out because apparently he's been shitting blood. He probably did the ill-advised thing of watching Drew Dober's highlights against his people, and he decided to start making excuses. I don't blame him. So apparently that fight is off. I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but it's looking. Yeah, Dober's Michael Johnson has shit himself literally, and apparently is out. And as we all know, that was one of the only good fights we had on the card. So very, very disappointing if it turns out to be true, but apparently it is. So Ian Gary apparently getting cucked City. Is getting cucked the best base for MMA though? Anything strong, fair enough. That's the way to do it. You don't drink for the flavor, you drink for the good times. You know, you drink for the donkey brains. This card just got so much shittier, man. But yeah, Cheddar, we were talking about this at the beginning. It shows how weak the card is. That it basically now goes from being, oh yeah, decent card to, should I even bother staying up? It's a pity. Never been a big Dober fan. How can you say that? Drew Dober's a fun fighter. He's a nice bloke. What's there not to like about Drew Dober? I mean, he's not an amazing MMA fighter, don't get me wrong, but to not like the guy, I don't know. Michael Johnson is a catcher confirmed. How you doing, B7? Eloquently put, sir. I couldn't agree with you more. Definitely not the pitcher we all suspected he was. Definitely a receiver. Nice little American terminology for you guys there. No, it's very disappointing. I feel like it's put a downer on it now. I'm very disappointed. They're still on your book though. Yeah, fair enough. I would have. I mean, that's a 50-50 fight as it gets. I know Dober likes to let's just call it what it is. He likes to beat black people up, or maybe he doesn't like it, but he's certainly very, very good at it. But I stayed away from that fight as well, just because it feels like Dober's obviously been chinned out in his last few, and Michael Johnson stylistically is not a very good matchup for him. Ethnically, he's the perfect matchup. I don't want to see Cyril Gane anywhere near a title fight. What a bag of French milk piss. I mean, that's just true. If they reward him, just the thing's gone. Game's gone, mate. Oh, they're saying there was a massive line move. Really? It's probably because people found out about Johnson shitting blood. I don't think there's always like I don't think it's always dodgy when that happens. The thing is, one person hears about it and then they ruin it for everyone. Fight went from even to minus 175 in a few hours. I mean, I don't think that necessarily means there's anything sinister going on, but it's like you say, man, one person mentions it and then they let their friends know and then it becomes like a web of nonsense. But they probably pulled it for that reason. I reckon Michael Johnson is the kind of guy that even if he was shitting blood, shit scared, literally, I don't think he would have pulled out for that reason. But what's probably happened is he's probably told the wrong person, they've told the wrong people, and then lines have gone crazy, and then they're like, nah, we're not doing this. Which is a shame. If I was shit scared as a fighter, I would do the same thing. I'll tell everyone that I'm injured, and then, oh no, they've pulled it. My logo is making fun of a rapper because he made people sign NDAs. It's not basketball goofy. Put in your place, mate. Firmly put in your place. But this is not the news I wanted when I first tuned in. Spurs are getting relegated. They will have to sell their pisshead stadium and move out of North London. I mean, it's going to be funny. I personally don't care if they get relegated or not. I don't really, and I enjoy the 6 points they give us every season. So I'll miss them for that. But based on the way things are going, they look like they are fucked. And I partially want to see them go down because all this talk about them being a Big Six club kind of annoys me when they haven't won anything really ever. And I know they won a cup last season, but it will mean that they're firmly out of it. And then it gives Newcastle an avenue to weasel their way in, which I feel like we are inevitably going to do. And it just expedites that process much faster. So yeah. I think it would be funny to see them go. Seeing that amazing stadium hosting championship games next year would be very, very funny. But as a supporter who's seen our club get relegated twice, the first one, I don't think I've ever been so gutted in my life. Like I was devastated. The second one, I was apathetic at that point. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Patrick Donovan. Hope you're having an amazing one. What the fuck are you doing on my channel? You should be doing anything else but this, bro. Spurs going down will be hilarious. Yes, Murphy, it will be. And shout out to you with that beautiful Irish name. I'm an Irishman myself, and I appreciate it. I appreciate having you here. They won the Milk Cup, means piss all. I mean, the Europa League used to be a really decent competition, but now that Champions League, like rejects aren't allowed back in it, it's actually it actually is crap. But I'd take it. What do you think about Sharia law being practiced in the United Kingdom? It's not, though, is it? Lex Friedman from Timu. I don't mind that. That's fine. Amarim is a fraud. Yeah, Amarim is terrible. But Carrick is starting to get fraud checked a little bit as well. I think Man United are going to drop off like a cliff because we dominated them on Tuesday night or whenever it was. 10 men and we made it look easy. Even when we got the red card, I'm like, I still want to win this. It'll be funny if Spurs go down and win the Champions League. Won't happen, but still, it would be the most Spursy thing to do. Next year, Lincoln away on Saturday, Barcelona away on Wednesday. I mean, it would be hilarious if they were in the Champions League and in the Championship. That would be the ultimate Spurs thing to do. I genuinely think if they go down, though, they're never coming back up. Are burnouts a thing in your country? I'm over here working on my competition car. Oh yeah, we do that stuff. Get a banger together, do a little destruction derby. Is that what you mean? I'd laugh for days. Two mates of mine are Spurs fans, and I can't wait to laugh. That said, I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan. Ooh, yeah, that's ugly. Aren't you the quickest team to get relegated in football history? Do you know what? I'm gonna say something now, Murphy. Yeah, I don't understand why they do that to teams when they're down. You're struggling, and then you're financially fucked, and then they slap you with a point stock. I think there should be other ways of going about it. I think the league should force the owners to sell at that point, and then they should have a kitty available for when stuff like this happens to make sure the players get paid. because there's plenty of money in the organization. Frankie, do football watch-alongs. I've done them in the past. The reason why I don't really like doing them, and the reason why I don't do UFC watch-alongs anymore, is because I can't enjoy what I'm watching because I can't focus. I can't do two things at once. So I end up focusing on the chat and everything and completely forget about what's going on. Or I kind of zone out and start watching stuff, and then I pay attention to none of you. And we all know what needy fucks you all are. Yes, it is. Look it up. There are Sharia courts set up in the UK. Educate yourself. Well, I'm going to choose to ignore it then. I don't care. Arsenal watch along statistically get the most views. That's because they are the most hated club on the planet, and rightfully so. Cunts. Oi, oi, Frank, my sleep is fucked. I just woke up again. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope you're all right. I'm not sure what else to say, really. Try and sleep your way through the through the prelims. That's what I would suggest. Sheffield Wednesday is a case study on how shit hit the fan through years and years. Terrible ownership. I think negligent owners should be forced out because football clubs are not businesses in the traditional sense. I know that owners try to treat them like that. We obviously had Mike Ashley for about a decade, and it made me quit watching football for years. Then you are a traitor to the country and its people. I'm an Irishman, mate. That's all I've got to say about that. I don't give a fuck about where this country's going. Newcastle will never win another trophy. Kebab owned Prats. Bro, I already feel like the fact that we've won one, I'll take it. There was a point in my life when I would have said, just let me win one, any tin pot trophy, and I'll be done. So that doesn't really hurt me. How you doing? How you doing, brother? You were so funny before. I'm lacking a bit of energy at the moment. I'm in the middle of I'm on the third day of a fast. You know, the fact that I'm still awake is a miracle. And I'm not really a funny person. I just react to things. That's it. Mike Ashley has been touted as the next owner of Wednesday. Stay away from that cunt at all costs. He is a virus, mate. Everything he touches turns to absolute shit. He is an awful human being. He came in with such promise, splashed a little cash around, and then he was literally the bane of us. Says the bloke who supports an English club and lives in England and never visited Ireland. I was born in Ireland. I used to go to Ireland multiple times a year. And 2 years ago, I lived there for 6 months. So shut the fuck up, mate. What happened? What happened? Nothing. I love you too, big boss. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, Connor? Speaking of a fellow Irishman in the building, how you doing, man? You cannot call me a phony Irishman. That's a line crossing too far. Why are you always talking? Because if I don't talk, it's just going to be nothing. I don't really understand that. If you don't like what you're listening to, and by the way, I completely understand that, like and subscribe and then get the fuck up. How about that? I'm good, man. I've had a very busy busy week of work. I decided to start fasting in the middle of it. And no, I'm not Muslim before you all start. I just like to look after my body. I'm on the 4th day of fasting now, so I'm a little bit fucked. If you search about Virat Kohli in live, I'll subscribe to you. Do I look like a whore? The answer is yes, so I'll do that immediately. What the hell is Virat Kohli? Virat Kohli. Oh, he's an Indian cricketer. I know this guy. Looks like India are going to win the T20 World Cup, and I hope you do because it's all you've got going for you. You can't say rough 2 times in a row out loud. What are you suggesting? When are you going to Thailand, bro? I'm going on the 24th of July. And I'm leaving on the 20th of August. So I'm going to have a good solid month there. I've already got everything booked out. Virat Kohli is like the Ronaldo of cricket sport. I mean, does that really mean anything? I'll give you this though, yeah. T20 is somewhat exciting for cricket. I've said this multiple times, Abhinav. Playing cricket is amazing. I love it. I love playing cricket. I played it a lot as a kid. But watching it is kind of boring. I'm going to be honest, especially like test day cricket. I find it awful. I'm not even going to try, Daniel. I'm not even going to try. If you hate the UK, then go back to England or go back to Ireland. You're not welcome here. No, I'd rather pillage it for all it's worth, make my money, and then get the fuck out. I own land here, cunt. Do you? I bet you don't. So stop being a salty little pussy. And by the way, yeah, if you're a white person in the UK, you definitely have Irish blood in you because we like to spread that seed about. Newcastle will never win Matter Trophy. You're going 20th of March. I'll be in the Philippines at that time. Well, I'm leaving. No, I won't be in the Philippines at that time. I'm leaving on the 21st. So I'm going to Manila on the 21st. I might pop over for a couple days though. Beef Wellington, I don't mind. I know that Newcastle is shit. So you're fake Irish. You don't even like cricket. The Irish only realized what cricket was a couple of years ago. T20 is good. The thing is, yeah, the T20 takes all the boring aspects out of cricket, the slow pace, the longness of it. You know, but cricket is an amazing game to play. And I know a lot of people are going to shit on me for that, but I have reported this channel for racism and hate speech. You won't be the only one today even. So keep it up, mate. It really means nothing to me. I don't make any money from this channel, obviously. Did you know it's physically impossible for you to hum while holding your nose closed? I've heard about that. Cricket isn't shite. The real issue is though, Enlu XD is who the fuck was doing that? Were you in Muse? I do kind of look like that bloke, don't I? Sadly not, but I do have Muse money. You know what I'm saying? You're the least Irish person I've seen, and that's coming from me. I live in Ukraine. Who dropped out? Michael Johnson apparently was shitting blood. And then the fucking moron told people, and now the betting lines have shifted and it's been pulled. I wish India will win the T20 final. I hope you do as well. It's a sport that obviously really matters to you. So yeah, I hope you do very, very well. I appreciate the subscription, man. I always like having Indian subscribers in here. You motherfuckers are loyal. Apologize for the swearing. Looks like it might not be cancelled. Thank God. We do not need this fight drop from the card. We need it. Stay still. I'm about to finish. Is this you? Is this you, Pib? This must be Pib. Although you haven't started talking about drugs that nobody's heard of yet, so it might not be you. No, who dropped out the card today? It was supposedly Michael Johnson. Apparently he was shitting blood. And then there was some suspicious things going on with the betting lines. So the word is that it got pulled, but we're still it hasn't been officially confirmed. So fingers crossed, because we do not need this. I am now recording this stream and will hand over a copy of the police if I have to. You don't know who I am, bro. I am the police. As you know, I cannot get weed as hard as I try. So I've definitely got that narc energy. So they'll turn up, take one look at me, apologize, give me my proceeds for the month, and then fuck off. Is McGregor still rated in Ireland post his SA allegations? Most of Ireland hates him. They do. He's not very fondly thought of in Ireland. You know, we kind of think he's a bit of a bellend. No, Daniel, I haven't. Or should I just call you Pib and get it out of the way? Lots of love from India. Shout out to you, man. India is getting further and further up the visiting list. I've got to find out what it's all about. I've got to. You mean that Conor McGregor's not Irish or I'm not Irish? I don't mind you calling me not Irish. I don't care. That's not a trigger for me. I like to pretend. In fact, nothing triggers me. Need some dal. Yeah, you know, I was born on Irish soil. Obviously, I'm packing an Irish passport. Yes, I'm Irish, and Ireland doesn't like him. Shout out to you, Issa. But if you are Irish, you need to subscribe to the channel and support your boy. And please try to ignore the voice. As we voted him into Irish Parliament, nobody voted for Conor McGregor. Nobody wanted him as president. He is a cunt, and we don't like him over there. We just don't. But you know, he's still a relatively popular figure. I mean, the guy, since the Eddie Alvarez fight, he hasn't really been the same. And I mean personality-wise. I think I missed the entire first fight. I didn't even know it started. Did you know that the creator of Pringles wishes his ashes were to be buried in a Pringles can so he can get cremated and get his wish? I mean, why not? Why not, man? Look, hang on, let me just stick UFC on because I didn't even realize it had started yet. Has it? Apparently it has. Oh yeah, it has. Who won the first fight then? Let's have a gander. No, it's Luke Fernandez now versus Bellato. I think it's just starting now. In fact, I'm pretty sure. Thanks for the heads up, by the way, because I would have missed it. Oh wow, you got an Irish passport to avoid airport queues. Best believe, bro. That's exact. No, I've had an Irish passport the entire time, and in true like Irish Chad fashion, even though I've been able to have a British passport for years, I've never got one. I could have got one immediately, and I've never ever signed up to get one. His restaurant is fully booked every day of the week, so yeah, I guess we hate him, but that's a different thing altogether. What does that prove? Are you a retard? You clearly sound like a spastic right now, which means you're very welcome on this channel. You fit right in with retarded comments like that. Yeah, I think it's literally just kicked off, so we're about to get the first fight on the card. Regardless of Connor's recent actions, he's still. I mean, we'll always love him for what he achieved. We will. And the thing is, if he fights again, of course I'm going to tune in. I don't wish badly for the guy, but it's just sorry seeing him, seeing him do anything these days. I just want the old guy back, and I mean, I guess it's never going to happen. But I just miss the old Conor McGregor because he was one of a kind. Arsenal is going to win the league. How you doing, Gazor? It certainly looks that way. The Irish passport is one of the most powerful passports in the world. I've never had to apply for a pre-visa anywhere. The Irish are very, very good at soft power. We're a very inoffensive nation. We don't really get involved in anything. I mean, we've become a little bit too liberal for my liking. But having said that, we have good relationships with pretty much every country. So I've never had to pre-apply for a visa, and I travel a lot. Certainly is the best passport out there. Top 5. And I think the only one that's technically better, I think the Singapore passport is better. The Japanese passport. But it's certainly risen up the ranks. Great passport to have. And it's not very, I mean, we give that passport out like fucking candy, mate. It's very, very easy to get an Irish passport. And what I love here is when you lose your passport, that shit will be back with you within 48 hours. We look after our own. Do you remember me? Of course. What do you mean? I don't have to remember you. You've been ever present, mate. I assume you're talking to me. Is this Bellato, yeah? What model of this potato are you filming on? Maris Piper or I don't mind a Maris Piper. You are an idiot. You're just full of waffle. I mean, you've definitely got me right on that one. You've definitely got me pegged there. I never claimed to be a genius. In fact, I have several times. Bellato's getting worked at the moment. Bellato looks like he's aged years since his last fight. I'm amazed he's still in the organization. But yeah, Fernandez has got him up the cage and he's working away. I didn't bet on this fight either. Can you say my name? Terry Brennan. Brennan is a very Irish name as well. So shout out to you, bro. Terry Brennan S2K. And before you think, I'm surprised that you think I might be AI because AI could definitely do a better job than this. How are you, Corey? I'm fine, bro. How you doing? What's the Corey reference about? Hi, Frankie. Just wanted to let you know that my rectum is now fully healed. No more leaky days in the office. I'm really glad to hear that, man. I have been worried about it. I've been having sleepless nights about your rectum. The last thing you want is to be going about your day with a bit of swamp ass. I know you're Irish. I know you're Irish. What part of the motherland are you from, by the way? I know an Irish name when I see one. I've got the most Irish name out there. The only reason my country's passport is better compared to British is because we're still in the EU, and yes, we do require visas. I didn't say that you don't require visas. I said I've never needed a visa for wherever I've needed to go. Actually, that's incorrect. When I went to America, I needed one. But apparently that's a lot more easy now. Whenever I travel with my passport now, it's just entry on arrival. Obviously, you don't get permanent stay because you don't get that anywhere. Oh, Bellato's dropped him! And he's hammer fisting away. This one might be done. Oh, he's covering up like a bitch. And it's over. Yeah, you can't do that. And Fernandez is out of there. Dude, that proves you don't have an Irish passport. Daniel, I'll be honest here. I don't give a fuck what you think, mate. If you don't have an Irish passport, that's fine. It's like when people call me gay. Just because they say that doesn't mean that I start taking dicks in the ass. Your opinion means fuck all to me. Apparently, Vegeta hairline Bellato is a new mythical fighter because that was a very impressive performance. How you doing, Smelly Fingers? If you commit a crime in the country, you can get a permanent stay. That's actually a brilliant idea. Under 1.5 rounds was plus 115. Yeah, I'm surprised more people didn't go for that. Light heavyweight is always a nice division to take the under on. Shout out to you, Leandro, though. Hope you're well, brother. How's your boy Giuliano doing? I haven't heard from him in a little while. He messaged me to rub it in about us losing to Everton. Newcastle versus Barcelona predictions. I think they're going to doggy us over a table, mate. We played them first game in the Champions League this season, and they basically dog walked us. It ended up being 2-1, but we were chasing shadows the entire night. I think they are going to do us over. I see like a long 2 nights for us. You haven't got a clue what you're talking about. No, you just weren't listening to me. That's it. And you're looking to pounce on anything that I say. I'm surprised that why are you still here? Frankie doesn't need a passport. The port's asking permission to make moves. You see, this guy understands it. Smelly understands it. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm not sure how Jew is doing. Yeah, but I noticed that he didn't message me after we beat Man United. I'm good, man. I'm in the middle of a 4-day fast, so I'm quite tired at the moment. You know, I'm hanging on. I've still been working out, still been getting the hours in. But yeah, I'm a little bit drained. I've got 24 hours left, and then I can start eating again. So I'm looking forward to that. Great start for Brazil. Lane called it. I feel like the Bellato one was a little bit 50-50. I'm a little bit worried about Cal Baralho with it being a 3-round fight. I think it's going to be an ugly, terrible fight. And Baralho is going to spend a nice majority of the fight pressed up against the cage and getting molested by RDR. It's very hard. I mean, the odds on RDR are really, really nice. But why are you fasting? Did he convert chat? No. It's not a Muslim thing. It's I do like extended water fasts every month just to shed a little bit of excess poundage, and then I eat what I want pretty much outside of that. It's my way of kind of keeping my body weight at the right levels, you know. My business is set up in Portugal. I don't need a work visa. I just need a residency permit, which you get there at their city hall. All right, good for you. So hang on. Are you the same person that said you have a business in Portugal, but you live in Ukraine? It's an interesting way of living your life, mate. But yeah, no, it's and it's not like a Muslim fast where you stuff your face like crazy at nighttime. This is a genuine fast where I only drink water for 5 days. So forgive me if I'm a little bit Ahmad Frankie, mashallah. Yeah, it's not that. I do have Muslim members of my family, but I'm not religiously inclined in general. I can actually feel my eyeball twitching. Even talking about food. Whenever I bring up the fasting, though, you fuckers start talking about food. Usually after the third day, I stop being hungry, but I'm feeling it at the moment. Oh, you don't live in Ukraine? You're joking. Where do you live? Do you live in Portugal then? Yeah. I have spent a couple of days in Portugal. It's nice, man. Portugal's a nice place. Nice place to live, apparently. Oh, you live between Ireland and Portugal. Where in Ireland are you from, by the way? Which county? I was born in Cork, and I spent 6 months there about 2 years ago. I was in I was in Clare for most of it, but we moved around quite a bit. I just retired, and we were like, "Yeah, we'll go and hang around in Ireland for a little bit." It was just after COVID was getting nasty. Manchester, UK. Are you a United fan, or of course you're a United fan? Man City don't have fans. Antrim. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know that area very well, to be honest with you. I think that's further north, isn't it? My Irish geography is not really what it's cracked up to be. Today, the world is full of devils. For example, old orange hair person. You mean he's not orange haired, he's more orange skinned. And PM of occupied land. Can you dare to guess? I mean, I assume you're talking about Trump and Starmer, but you're red. Thanks for the victory the other day, mate. It was real nice. Light work, mate, with 10 men. I'm a Newcastle fan, by the way. It's 5-11. Just finished 2 sirloins and 4 eggs. Um, thanks for pointing that out. I do love a good steak. I don't think you can beat a good steak. If you're a steak fan, go for Argentinian. Yeah, I had a feeling it was more north. Uckfield Churchy, IU Chida Vizio. Okay. Now we're not talking about politics. I'm not very politically aware. I just ignore all of it. I only give a shit when, like, I've never voted in my life. Which team do you support? I support Newcastle United. And it's been a very, very, very rough life. But there's some pride in supporting the club now, I've got to say. It's less embarrassing than it used to be. The war in Iran is a distraction from the files and the yeah, 100% it is. And I'm a little bit concerned because my layover flight is actually in Kuwait, which, if I'm not mistaken, is right next to Iran. So I'm very, very concerned that my flight is going to get cancelled. It's only 2 weeks away. Should I add more to my blunt? I had a steak earlier. Yes, you should definitely add more to that blunt. I say go for it. And I'm so jealous right now. I would love to get blazed off, but I can't get anyone to sell me weed. But yeah, the Iran thing is definitely worrying. I mean, I don't really care what's going on about it geopolitically because, people are gonna cunts. I'm worried about my own flight. And more importantly, getting blasted out of the sky. I mean, what would you people do without me? Yeah, dangerous around there at the moment. Be careful, man. Yeah, I'm hoping that the flight will get diverted, but I'm flying with a Kuwait airline. So I think if it gets cancelled, there's going to be no rerouting. It's just going to be done. And I will be pissed off because I get very little time throughout the year to blow off steam. So I'm really looking forward to getting over to Manila and just moving reckless. Big one, yes. Or shucks, bro. Wish you had some on you. You'll be fine. Yeah, I just can't. I can't get. And the thing is, yeah, I get people at work saying, "Yeah, I can get you some," and then they just flake out on me. So I can't even get weed through a third party. It's embarrassing, mate. It's embarrassing. I'm thinking I might. It's a holiday. Yeah, yeah. It's a holiday. I've been like debating whether or not to buy a condo over there or invest in a condo because I really like the area and I've been going there for years. Like I spend a lot of time in like Thailand and the Philippines, so I figure I might as well buy somewhere there. Um, but yeah, I'm just kind of going on holiday for now. They're not going to kill civilians of other countries because it might trigger World War III. Something's good. I'm not so much worried about that. I'm more worried about getting caught in the crossfire. What's your name? My name is Francis, but people call me Frankie because there's too many Francises in my family. So don't do it. Don't go. This coming from you is very, very surprising because I'm pretty sure you wanted me dead a few minutes ago. Where's websites you can order bud? There's websites you can order bud off. Yeah, but I don't really want shit turning up to my house. You know, I've got kids and shit. And my son is always opening up like my mail. So I don't know if I want to risk that. I've heard you can do it on the black web and stuff, and a lot of people have told me. But I don't think it's something I necessarily want to do. I missed the day of hanging out in like a dingy estate and then picking up from somebody who I'm not sure might knife me. No, don't buy a house or a flat abroad. It's definitely a risky proposition, but I don't really like being as liquid as I am, you know? Frankie, I'll send you some from Cali. I feel like you tell me this every time you're on stream. I feel like I can trust a fellow Irishman to send you my address. Probably much more affordable from the cost of living out there. It's not as cheap as you would think, though. Like when I went there in my 20s, you could literally get $1,000, go over there, and be fucking making it rain. Well, let's be honest, we all do when we go there. But now it's like it's still cheap, but it's not like, you know, you still need a couple of grand to go out there to really have a good time. Don't smoke weed, it's for losers. The last time I smoked weed, I was 24. But I'm getting to that age where I kind of need to chill out a little bit because I don't drink anymore. So I need some kind of vice to get me through life because, you know, I'm in my 40s now. You know, I need something to make life worth living. Or just something to mellow me out because my job is seriously stressful. I don't know why I started like that. And I don't really have the brain power to be smoking weed, but $1,000 is not much anywhere nowadays, to be fair, unless you're somewhere like India. That's probably true. But I used to go on holiday in like places in Southeast Asia, and I used to go there with like $1,000 and I would just be living it up. But now you need at least 3. Equinox, I am married. And I've got 3 kids. Which proves there's someone out there for everyone. Yeah, bro, but weed's not it. The thing is, yeah, I might go to I'm talking about going to Amsterdam with some of my colleagues in May. Because we've got like a bank holiday coming up in May. I might just go there. Shrooms are something I've been thinking about doing as well. We've talked about this on stream before, but fuck it, I'll do it again. I've never done any other drugs like knowingly. I've been MDMA bombed a couple of times, but that's it. And it wasn't to my knowledge. Like that's the kind of people that my friends are. Like they'll drug you and then sit around and laugh at the consequences. Like watch you bug out. But yeah, Equinox, I am married, believe it or not. To a woman. I feel like I've got to clarify that. Weed helps many, bro. It's the only other drug except shrooms. Shrooms are definitely entering mainstream. I mean, I know they've always been about, but a lot of people are on that. Then your family is your purpose. Then I mean, outside of that, because obviously I love my kids and stuff, but like, dude, drugs are not good. No, they're probably not, but you know, makes life a little bit interesting. It depends on what kind of personality you are. Microdose it. Great experience. You'll learn a lot about yourself. I've been saying for a while, man, I'm planning on doing DMT at some point. Because I want proof here that we're living in a simulation. And apparently that is conclusive proof that we are. I've been spiked with LSD. That was mad. I'm not sure if it was LSD. I'm not sure if it was MDMA, but I was spiked on something, and it was a good night. It was a damn good night. But I've got a very addictive personality, so I try and stay away from that shit. Get a PO box. I don't need your address, mate. I'm more worried about getting a PO box and then getting stung. Because if I order it to my house, I can at least plead ignorance. If I get it sent to a PO box and then I'm there picking that shit up in the middle of the night, then I've got no deniability there. If I get it sent to my house, I can be like, "What? I didn't do this." Like somebody's framing me. I can lie my way out of it. DMT is mad. You feel so aware of everything. Yeah, a friend of mine told me about it, and he said you can literally see our overlords fucking with us and laughing at us like we're in a like we're basically the Truman Show. DMT is very heavy. Life like makes life very slippery for a good few weeks after. I wouldn't recommend it at all. So I'm assuming you've done it then to have that. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm only gonna do something like that when I'm like, if I make it to my 60s and my brain is going anyway, I might just experiment with a few things. I've still got like, I mean, I've got like adult kids, but I've also got a kid who's really young, like he's only 5. So I don't want to risk frying my brain and then not being of use to him. Do you know what I mean? So no, I'm probably not gonna fuck with drugs until I've like given up on life. But I'll take that advice on the DMT. I saw these beings and I was able to move galaxies around. This is the exact same experience I've heard from every single person. I'll send you a disposable pen. They don't smell and no way they stop it. Perfect, mate. And I can smoke it at home as well and get away with it. In London, there is a site where they actually delivered a herb. I had to say it like this due to filter to you by their own drivers. I mean, that's the fact that that's able to go on still proves that this country ain't completely finished yet. Yeah, it was a good experience, but it makes you question life. And then paranoia and anxiety can put you into overdrive. That's just my experience. The thing is, yeah, I'm a very sort of chilled out person. So I don't know how it would affect me. I tend not to worry about anything. I'm very kind of chilled and uncaring about life, especially my own. Rooster Arse Ninja. How you doing, Silver Soldier? Are you making sure that I'm not AI? AI could definitely do a better job than this. But no, Morty, I'm definitely I want to basically do it with the right people. That's the plan. All I need is your social and CC info. One of them ones, yeah. So no, I don't need your address. I just need your bank details, your socials, picture of your passport. That's it. Probs work a treat for you then. Yeah, I don't think I'm somebody who's partial to having a breakdown. I don't really freak out. I kind of want to see it as like a. I'm really pissed off that they've got champion next to Max Holloway's name. I'm just seeing that. That's embarrassing. You are not a champion anymore. I've just realized I'm on the Spanish version of the Fight Pass. Good chat, guys. Good luck with your lives. Do drugs with trusted friends and live good. Best advice to give. I was just thinking the same thing. I want to be around like trustworthy people that won't stick a banana up my ass when I'm compromised. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I've got friends like that who literally wait for you to be slipping, and then they put stuff in your ass or put stuff in your drinks and then record you doing weird stuff. So I need to be very, very selective with who I choose to do drugs with. Music is essential for it. A heavy instrumental and ride it. I've heard that as well. I've heard it's about having the right environment. Because I've thought about where and when I would do it. These face-offs, man, are so shit. I don't really mind them. I do think that the UFC is trying to do better, like like promotional videos and stuff. I think they're a bit better, but what the fuck are you saying, clown? Not much, man. Do bear with me, yeah. Like I said, I'm 4 days into a water fast, and I'm barely with it. I'm not sure if this was even happening. I was taped up when I was tripping. I'm assuming you didn't do it alone, yeah, unless you taped yourself up. Like riding the sound waves on a surfboard whilst talking to demigods. That sounds sensational. I want something. I want something that's gonna make me like. I want like a hallucinogenic. I want to be seeing shit. Because I've heard people that are like tripping out on acid and stuff can actually see music moving through the air, and then things in their house like come alive. I want that kind of experience because I'm so chilled out. Yeah, it won't affect me. I won't freak out. How you doing, Sid? Though, what's good, man? How you doing, Juice, man? How you doing, man? Next fight is about to start. I've actually got skin in this one. I believe. Let me check. I don't even remember. I'm not going to say my parlay out loud because that's when it always fails. Yeah, I've got Tobias in this one. You've got Max. It's a weird one, yeah, because like my worry here is that Charles Oliveira is going to be it is going to be he's going to feel obligated to stand and bang because it's a BMF fight. But if it's a proper mixed martial arts fight where they use the tools at their disposal, I've got Charles Oliveira. And Max Holloway's chin has got to give up sooner or later. Compa juice. Frankie, I missed you. How you doing? How you doing, Jasin? Good to see you back here, brother. I hope you're well. I've missed you as well, man. I missed having you in the chat. Acid is too much, bro. Locked in for 12 hours straight. DMT lasts about 10 minutes. I've heard DMT lasts 10 minutes. Is it true, yeah, that it feels like several hours, though? We went to the woods, took bog doses of shrooms. I lay on the floor. When I came to, there was duct tape all over me. That sounds amazing. You don't think it goes the full 5? Um, I think it does. I think it does. But then if it goes the full 5, you've got to favor Max Holloway in that situation. Chilling, bro. I got Charles by sub, but mad either way. I don't think Max Holloway's ever been subbed though. That is a very, very big call to make, to be fair to you. That's a very big call to make. Yeah, I'm not putting money on it. So I did put my money on Charles Oliveira purely because I feel like I feel like either guy can win. So when I feel like that, I tend to bet on the guy that has better odds. And Charles did look fucking fantastic in his last fight against Gamrot, who I really, really rate, by the way. Holloway 4th round TKO. I don't hate that either. I feel like anything could happen in this fight. I feel like a Charles sub is unlikely though, because as good as he is, I think Max is really, really good at staying on his feet. Yo, build a Bob in the house. What's good, brother? I'm doing okay. Just finished the semester. How are you? I've got 2 weeks left of mine, and then I'm off to Manila, man. I'm looking forward to it. Max has never been subbed. Is that actually accurate? He might have been once. Somebody's saying he got armbarred, but the point is, yeah, he's not a very easy person to get out of there. It might have been the once, and if it was, I'm very certain it was very, very early on in his career. So does it really matter? He's not a guy who's easy to sub. Let's check that live because I'm pretty sure. I do agree with the person who said he has been subbed, but the question is, when was it? Let's have a quick gander. So, yeah, he's been subbed once, and it was by, I mean, you have to go way back. Triangle armbar by Dustin Poirier in round 1. That is not a good look, but it was in his 5th professional fight. It was Dustin Poirier, first UFC fight. So yeah, I don't think you can count that. I mean, he was in the UFC when he was in like his early 20s. He's a completely different fight. Do you know 5 words that rhyme with trigger? Yes, I do. And I'm not going to list them because we all know what one of them are, and it's immediately jumped into my mind. So you've achieved what you set out to do. Mate, Lord of the Rings Return of the King on PS2 was goated. Local co-op used to hit different. I've heard it's a very underrated game. I've never played it though. Charles subs anybody besides Islam. So made up that Ian Huntley died. Yeah, that cunt had it coming. Anyone that fucks with kids deserves to get exactly what they get. So fuck Ian Huntley. He must have got the beating of a lifetime though. Because to die from your injuries several days later, he must have got absolutely destroyed. And fuck him, he deserves it. What? No way. I thought they went all 3 rounds. Nah, so Poirier beat him twice. And then Max obviously won the last one. And I had a feeling he was going to get it done. because Poirier was looking like he was on his way out for a while there. Thought you were black, mate. Sorry, no worries. No worries. It's all good. Is it because you're listening to my voice and not actually looking at me? So we got Tobias versus Nurgazai. A bit of a slow start to this one. Tobias looks jacked as fuck, and Nurgazai looks like a Neanderthal. Hopefully Tobias gets it done. He does look very, very patient in there. Oh, just as I say that, he starts swinging recklessly. Have we been confirmed if Michael Johnson's off the card yet? Sims on the PS2 was good too. I couldn't play Sims on the PS2 because I don't. Sims is meant to be played with a mouse, but Sims was amazing. I used to do some diabolical stuff on that shit. Bad MMA math. How you doing, Sonny Babby? Good to have you back. Bad MMA math was the old channel name, and then I got bullied into changing it to Fight Night Frankie. By the way, shout out to you guys. We've just hit 1.7K. We hit it earlier on in the week and then I lost some subs, but we're back up to 1.7K subs. So shout out to you people who subbed and to all you people who have been subbed all along. Appreciate you. Same for the guy who killed the woman. He killed and raped a pregnant woman and 2 others. I mean, it's the scummiest scum of the earth, isn't it? Frankie, who do you believe will be on the White House card, my sweet prince? How you doing, Ortis? What's good, man? I've heard rumors that it's going to be a 6-fight card. I think it will be Islam. I think it will be Islam and what's this guy doing? He's carried on punching him after he's kicked him in the balls. They've got to take a point for that. I think it will be Ian Gary and Islam Makhachev. I think it will be Alex Pereira and John Jones. Can't wait till Aspinall punches all the heavyweights head in, including the duck. Caleb, I'm worried about this, man. I think the UFC are going to punish the shit out of him for all this Eddie Hearn stuff. Who else might be on the White House card? I don't know, man. Oh, wait, he need him in the balls. All right. Fuck's sake. It's looking like I'm going to have to make a new parlay because Tobias is not looking very good right now. I wasn't very inspired by Aspinall's performance against Garn, I've got to be honest. He looked like he was on his way to losing. Do a football watch along one day, like this Tuesday's. Do you know what? I'll do it I'll do it for Newcastle and Barcelona. How about that? Unless you have another game in mind, because I'm certainly not doing it to watch Arsenal win. I don't really believe in watch-alongs. Curveball headline could be Islam versus Colby. I don't think Trump even likes Colby that much. He's kind of like ignored him a few times. Colby's a bit of a beghead. It would be hilarious if they did that, though. I mean, Colby's probably got a few free title fights just for letting Masvidal off the hook. Who do you support, Frank? Caleb, I support Newcastle United. Fucking Hawaii lads. And I'm a really big Newcastle fan. I've supported them since I was like 9 years old. I started out as a Liverpool fan because my dad was one, but I was never really feeling it. And then when I actually got around to watching games, I just fell in love with Newcastle, man. The whole like you score 8, we'll score 9. So I fell in love with them after that, and I've been supporting them ever since. Did you see Trump with Messi last night? I didn't. I don't really keep up to date with what Trump is up to. Your Celtic, great club. Great club. Great Catholic club. Shout out to you. All the Irish support Celtic. And obviously you've got Martin O'Neill as your manager. So as nice as it would be to see somebody else win the Scottish Premiership, I do not want to see Rangers win it. So I hope you go on and have a fantastic season, mate, and get the job done. Colby did expose a lot about Masvidal, not just in the cage, but outside of it as well. Proper cunt, that Masvidal. I've got to say, yeah, Nurgazai is looking good, man. He's catching Tobias to the body quite well, especially with the Middle East situation. What kind of security will there be at the White House? Yeah, you're right. Can you show your tats? I can show a few. They go all the way up. Can show some of them. There's a little preview. I'm not taking my pants off, so don't even ask. That's on a Thursday. The only reason I'm concerned about the Middle East situation is, like I said, I'm flying soon and I have to go through Kuwait. So Phoenix is fine, pal. We know your dad ruined your shithole. Oh god. It's turning into that kind of stream. Yeah, I think Tobias might be cooked here. Bro, look like Shotgun Barrel. Who's Shotgun Barrel? Should I be thanking you or cussing you out right now? Not too keen on lamb the meat. Bro, lamb is the goated meat, mate. How was your experience on Epstein Islands? I don't talk about that. I only talk about that on Thursday. I wasn't in with the in crowd, you know what I'm saying? I just turned up when they rolled all the above age bitches out and the cocaine. And it was a very good time, I have to say. I wasn't there past 1 a.m. Do you know what I mean? So I can't really give you any inside info on that. Like the watch, bro. Can you show up close? Yeah, it's sure. That's it. That's exactly why I bought the watch. Because Green is who's winning this fight, by the way. I haven't really been watching. This is exactly why I don't do watch alongs. Snatch is one of the best movies ever made. Prove me wrong. I can't, mate. I love Snatch. I do secretly prefer Lock, Stock as a movie, though. But no, I'm a big fan of Snatch. So yeah, there's the watch. It's the only watch I own now. I left all my good watches in China. I have no idea where they are. Snatch the movie I've watched several times. It's a movie you can never get bored of. And I'm glad Guy Ritchie's making a comeback. Like The Gentleman was a good movie and the series is good. Can you tell me why Diddy always calls you at night? I mean, that question kind of answers itself, doesn't it? Crank was good. Oh, Crank was sensational. I love Crank. Jason Statham movie. He has to keep the adrenaline going before he dies. It's a brilliant concept for a movie. No need for a second one though. They kind of overdid it with that. The watch from Pulp Fiction. What's the watch from Pulp Fiction? I can't picture it. Man, Nogozai is doing really good work to the body here, and Tobias is bloodied up. I think he's done here. I think I might have to get another parlay going because this is looking bad. Did you hear Cain Velasquez was released? I did. The question is he going to fight again? That's the real question. What's the one where Jason Statham is robbing a bank? I'm not sure. I mean, Jason Statham movies are pretty dusty these days, but he's enjoyable or not. He's enjoyable enough. Sorry, I don't mind him. What you see is kind of what you get with him. He's never in good movies, but you wouldn't say he's necessarily in really bad ones either. He's just a solid performer, and he was sticking it to what's her name? That big-titted broad. What's her name again? Kelly Brook. I'm not really into apples, as you guys know, but she would get at least one stick. Man, Tobias is really letting me down here. I was expecting a lot better in this one because Nogozai is not good. Green Streets is amazing. But again, Football Factory is a better version though. Green Street's very good, but if you want a good hooligan movie, you got to go to Football Factory. Oh, Tobias going for a takedown unsuccessfully. He's done. Kane versus Jake Paul MMA. We know he'll be desperate for cash. I wouldn't want to see him do boxing. I think they'll let Kane back in the UFC for one. I think they will. And I reckon he'll get chinned again. Oh man, Caleb, you have definitely got to subscribe to here if you haven't already. I fucking hate Clarissa Shields. Delusional fucking mongoloid she is. Now Jason Statham is the same guy in every movie. I mean, fair play to him. Fair play to him. I mean, it's low budget action trash, really. But if there's nothing on in the cinema in a given week, No hate. You kind of remind me of Elijah Woods. I've heard that once or twice. Elijah Woods is a fucking G as well, though, man. I love that cunt. But yeah, he was in Green Street. Very underrated movie. Oh, it looks like Nergazai has grabbed the fence, the cheating little prick. In the soldier's ass and given to the Bruce Willis character, Christopher Walken kept his ass in a Vietnam War cap. Seen Pulp Fiction. Oh no, you're like Pippin from Lord of the Rings. Who you picking, Holloway or Charles? I'm gonna go with Charles Oliveira just because I think he's the better mixed martial artist. The problem that I've got though, and I said this earlier on in stream, I feel like he's gonna be obligated to stand and bang with him, with it being a BMF fight. And if he does that all night, he's gonna get picked apart. He's gonna get peppered and beaten up. Man, this is a horrible, horrible performance. 13 total strikes. What a shit show. He needs to do something now because he's on my parlay. I don't really care. Oh, he's got him down. Good boy. How you doing, Caravaggio? What's good, man? He's on top of him. Now beat the shit out of him. He might have won this round. He might have won this round. That's it. Get on top and fucking smash. True User. Transport was a great movie as well. The first one, anyway. Again, it should have been a one and done thing. It should have been a one and done. How you doing, Caravaggio? Now Tobias is on top, and I think he might have stolen himself the round. He might even be able to finish him here. You'll pick Max. I don't blame you for picking Max. I think most people are oh no, he's reversed it. You dumb fucking Brazilian cunt. Get up. Charles has a chin like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get. That's a brilliant analogy, mate. You really don't. All right, Tobias has fumbled it. Parlay's ruined. Parlay is spoiled. Frankie, does it annoy you that DC and Chell are such company men and they try to act like they aren't? I don't really care. To be fair, like the company have looked, I don't really consider Chell to be as much of a company man. I feel like he just says what he thinks, and sometimes it seems like he's in line with what the company says. I just don't think Chell is very smart, or he's not as smart as we thought he was, or believed him to be. Better stand up, and I think Charles will get the sub. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think if Charles treats it like an MMA fight, which I really hope he does, then he wins the fight. But I think if he gets locked into all this BMF dumb shit, then he's gonna get picked apart and beaten up, in my opinion. Because Max has a great chin and he's just much better on the feet. I never understood the box of chocolates analogy. Do you know what chocolate in the box? What chocolate's in the box? It says it on the box. But most people don't look. I mean, no, that's a lie. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's not like people are opening up a box of chocolates and just randomly sticking them in their gob. Good day, mate, from Mickey Lloyd from Melbourne. How you doing, Mickey Lloyd? What's good, man? Shout out to the Aussies, some of the most based motherfuckers on the planet. Tobias is done. Does anyone in here support Spurs? If they do, they're not going to admit it now, mate. I think they're going to have the biggest club exodus or the biggest exodus from a club in history. Did you catch the almond scrap? I did. At first I thought it was justified. But it seems like he was just being a twat. I don't think the guy really did anything too far out of pocket. I used to hate roses. Yeah, roses are kind of dead now. I was always more of a quality street guy. I really resent that you're talking about food right now because I am dying. I've still got 24 hours left before I can eat. And I've still got to get 2 workouts in before I can eat. So fuck. Come on, Tobias. Pull this out of your bumhole. Yeah, Spurs are done. They're definitely getting relegated. They haven't won in 2026. Their manager is a goofball and they don't have players that are up for the fight. So they are done. I personally don't care. I just think it would be funny. Tobias needs a finish here. Roses are sweet. I think it's, I don't mind roses. Are you eating at night? Nah, man. I'm only intaking water at the moment. So it's a water fast, and I do 5 days, and I'm 4 days into it, so I am fucking dying. Usually, when I get to the 3rd day, I stop feeling hungry, but I've proper got the wobbles right now. I probably shouldn't have gone online, but I haven't done a live all week, so I felt obligated to jump on, especially as I usually do a Friday. And what's your true opinion of my country, the US? My true opinion is, I think you're all dumb as fuck, but I love America. I love going there. I've always had a great time when I go over there. It does feel like a special place. And I can understand why you're so far up your own asses. The food is great, vibes are good, you know? Spurs spent all that money on the stadium and they're getting relegated. For fuck's sake, you can't polish a turd. Well, that pretty much sums it up. I'm setting a parlay up right now because I know that Tobias is done here. What a dumb thing to do. I'm gonna go. I'm kind of tempted to put Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. because I don't think he's very good. By the way, Drew Dober and Michael Johnson is still on, and the odds you're right have absolutely nosedived. Cody Garbrandt and Zhao Long. I'm staying away from that. I'm gonna put on Alberto Montes because I think Tercios is a Turdios, and then I'm gonna put on Sumaderji. I'm gonna go with that. Fuck it. Let's do it, boys. Let's fucking do it. As a UK Indian brown guy, will I be safe in Texas and Utah? I've got no idea. I do tea fast instead of water. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. Hang on a second, boys. Just let me get my parlay set up. Ah, shit. Because Tobias has definitely let me down here. How are you feeling, Frank? I'm feeling a bit shaky, man, to be honest with you. And the worst thing is, yeah, I got called out to a family dinner just before I came on here. And I couldn't eat, obviously. And they were all just chowing down. And I was sitting there feeling well sorry for myself. I had to sit there for 2 hours while they had a feast. No, I meant dumb. I mean, Americans are very dumb. I love them, but they're dumb people. But I do love visiting there. It's been a few years since I've been though. And I've only been to the obvious places. Like I've been to like brown people are never safe. I've been to like Washington, I've been to Boston, I've been to New York, I've been to Los Angeles, and I've been to Las Vegas. I think that's it. No, I'm not a Muslim. I just do a water fast once a month. I was depressed when Andrew Tate got fraud checked. I wasn't. And he lost to probably the worst boxer I've ever seen. I think it's a joke Usyk fighting a kickboxer. Oh, who's he fighting again? My brain's really not working tonight. Um, fucking hell, what's his name again? It's not gonna come to me. Hang on a second. Let me just look it up quickly because it's gonna piss me off. Verhoeven. Rico Verhoeven. That's gonna be a complete and utter destruction. Complete and utter. It would have been better if he'd just been knocked out. Ted Bundy is in the Mount Rushmore of Americans. Yeah, Rico Verhoeven. Rico is a very, very good kickboxer, but I don't know how he's going to push against those instincts to head kick him. Do you speak Spanish? I can understand it a little bit, but no, I can barely speak English, as you can tell from this stream. You'll have to come to Maine to see your old buddy Pork Chop. I would absolutely love to, man. This is where I need to start going. Places like Maine, like Middle America. Why do people act like Muslims invented fasting? Yeah, every time I say that, people ask if I'm Muslim. It's crazy. I just do it for health purposes. I would like to see the UK before the USA. Plus, we're all from thereabouts. I'm from Wales originally. Mick Lloyd, you don't want to be coming to the UK now, especially not England. Wales, 100%. Scotland, 100%. Don't come to England, mate. It's a waste of time. Ramadan doesn't even sound difficult. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't sound difficult at all. You just eat at a different time. I don't see the big deal. It's basically intermittent fasting. And then you absolutely fucking... sorry, I mean the middle part of America. I don't mean it's in the middle of the country. You know, it's on that middle line. And that's probably bullshit as well. I'm not very good with American geography. But yeah, Maine is somewhere I'd like to go. I'd like to go to Colorado. Would be somewhere I'd like to go. I've heard Colorado is beautiful. I need to get away from the obvious places in America. I hate when people say Muhammad Ali is the GOAT. Bro, if Ali and Holyfield boxed, Usyk would beat the fuck out of Muhammad Ali. I don't care what anyone says. Muhammad Ali basically gets propped up. First of all, because he's obviously a black icon. But it's because of his political stuff. It's because of what he represented. And for no other reason. But I agree with it. I think everyone who says Muhammad Ali is the GOAT of boxing is a absolute testicle juggler. They put weight on during Ramadan. The no drink water thing is kind of crazy though. Yeah, I think that's the part that would be hard. I think being able to have absolutely nothing would be the problem. But during that time, I mean, I've done it. I'm barely drinking any water now. Ooh, you look disgusting. Not a fan of old Frankie, are you? Don't worry, you're probably not my type either. So, you know, we can go tit for tat on that all night. Nah, mate, I'm not saying Ali wasn't amazing, but saying the greatest ever? Nah. Ali was actually named Cassius Clay. Yes, he was. Frazier was a guy that I really, really loved. I mean, he just had that dog in him. Do you know what I mean? Frazier was an absolute monster. I mean, the only thing that knocks Frazier for me is like what George Foreman did to him was disgusting. Like George Foreman literally beat the fuck out of that guy. Ali was great. Why is Usyk better? I think Usyk from a technical standpoint and from an IQ standpoint, I'll put it this way, yeah. If Usyk was from England or was black, he would be seen as one of the greatest fighters universally by everyone. But because he's from some nothing nation, no offense to Ukrainians, but because of where he's from, he doesn't get the credit he deserves. If you're a boxing purist, you know, Usyk is one of the best ever. Ali was loved all around the world. Again, I don't dislike the guy. I think he was a phenomenal boxer. We're more talking about the GOAT argument here. You're not going to hear me say Muhammad Ali was a shit boxer because that would be ridiculous. People's champion, fair enough. I'm not going to argue with that. You know, he was definitely loved and rightfully so. You know, he stood for the right things. You know, I've got nothing against him as a human and nothing against him as a boxer. I just think GOAT talk is crazy. Usyk is amazing, but he's not fought the level of competition. Yeah, but you can only beat who's in front of you. I think the way that you beat that competition should count for something. And he is a very, very small man. I think the best Usyk we saw was the cruiserweight version. He fought some absolute monsters at cruiserweight, and to be 2 times unified, well, 3 times unified technically, is crazy work. Ali was fighting monsters. I mean, he's one of the greats. I'm just saying, was he the greatest? I think Tyson reached the highest skill level. The problem that I have with Tyson in his prime was one of the greatest ever. My issue with Tyson is that when things got bad, he quit. Tyson had a really bad penchant for just quitting in there. And that's why I can never have him as a GOAT. I want Yoel Romero to throw me around and sweat all over me, if that's what floats your boat. Are you mad? Usyk hasn't fought the level of... Yeah, we just said that. We just said that. But you can only beat what's in front of you. And I think the way you beat people is what matters. Now, I turn the camera off for a second. Everyone knows what I'm doing when I turn it off for a second. But I'm not going to say it out loud. We never saw Ali in his prime. And there were a lot of like prime years wasted. obviously due to not being able to fight for a bit. But Ali was amazing. He was. Like, you're not gonna hear me discredit the man as a fighter, but or as a boxer rather. Who's the McNeil that gave Tyson a run for his money in his prime? I can't remember. Tyson lost to some very questionable boxers, and like I said, if you made Tyson work, he quit in there. Oh, Liston was Sonny Liston was amazing though. Passing torch from Italian mafia to Muslim Brotherhood. Roberto Duran is another personal favorite of mine. No, bro, you didn't read my last comment. I was fully agreeing with you. No, fair enough, man. Oh, so you were following on and saying, "Are you mad?" Yeah, my man unified 2 divisions, 100%. I didn't fully follow through on that. I think like what you're watching is important as well. I think some competition is obviously an important part of it. But thoughts on Butterbean? I love Butterbean. Butterbean was a fucking murderer. He looked like a thumb, but he was phenomenal. He's somebody you didn't want to get in there with on a bad day because he was an absolute killer. Jack Dempsey, mwah. Dempsey was incredible. Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest tacticians, technical boxers of all time. But the thing is with Mayweather, I didn't enjoy watching him box. Like when you break it down, incredible when you watch the kind of the, why'd you pronounce TH as F? It's a British thing, man. I say Thursday, I say Tuesday. It's accents, isn't it? Butterbean does DDP yoga. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard that they're quite close. Sugar Ray Robinson's one of the greatest of all time as well. Was so fun to watch. I remember when my dad and older bro used to show me his highlights as a kid. Sugar Ray is one of the greatest as well. I mean, boxing does get shit on by MMA fans. Like, you can't enjoy both. But I grew up on boxing and I loved it growing up. I only joined as an MMA fan about 13 or 14 years ago. Do you train boxing? Nah, I used to do judo and wrestling. I've got terrible hands. How you doing, Yoda? Yeah, just judo and wrestling. 70s and 80s would have been the best time to be a boxing fan. I thought the 90s was pretty decent as well. You had some good personalities and stuff in there. I always preferred like the lighter skills, the lighter divisions. Pretty Boy Floyd was boring outside the ring and exciting inside the ring. Money May was the opposite. Completely agree with that. 70s and 80s were the best time to be. So I was born very early in the 80s, but I was living in the 90s like it was the 80s. Boxing was my first love. I started watching UFC around 2013-ish. I'd say for me, I'd say probably around 2010, 2011 was when I started watching UFC. And funnily enough, it was Anderson Silva that got me into it. Yeah, I mean, Money Mayweather. In terms of the sweet science, Money Mayweather was always a joy to watch. But I found his fights a little bit boring as you're watching them. But then when you go back and watch the highlights and see the way he slips and things are slowed down a little bit. Frankie, is it possible for someone in their mid-20s to learn wrestling like how people? 100% autist, 100%. I mean, you're not going to be doing well in competitions or anything against wrestlers, but in terms of learning how to do it and be productive out there on the streets, for sure. The fundamentals of wrestling are not that hard to learn, but when it starts getting really technical with like positions and stuff, that's when you're going to struggle. You're never going to be able to compete. But if you learn the basics of wrestling, you're going to deal some serious damage out there on the streets. God, Sima Durji looks fucking long in there, man. I think he's got a 10-inch advantage on Aguilar. Obviously, just in the reach, not in the downstairs department. It's probably the opposite. How you doing, Speaky? What's good, man? All good, man. I'm currently watching the UFC. We're on the 3rd fight. I didn't plan to hang around this long, but I starved you guys of my presence yesterday, so I figured I'd hang around for a little bit. Aguilar swinging like a fucking 4th grade autist. Mad to think Canelo KO'd Kovalev at light heavyweight, then got schooled by Crawford. I've never thought Canelo was that good. Like, if you see him fight Bivol, you just see a gulf in how unskilled Canelo generally is. Canelo's very beatable. BJJ is fake as fuck and fully gay. Can you predict the main fight? I think the main fight, I think it will be John Jones and Alex Pereira. That's what I think. Crawford is very, very good, but he's not going to go down as a great because the level of competition he fought, he didn't fight the right guys at the right time. And then people will always say that he fought like a clapped out version of Canelo, which I think is a little bit unfair. But Canelo's skill wise, he's going to have the same problems that Usyk had. So yeah, I think the main fight will be John Jones and Alex Pereira. I think they have to do something huge, and that's probably the biggest fight they can currently make. And then I think it will be a co-main with Ian Gary and Islam Makhachev. BJJ is supposed to be for women and the elderly. It teaches you how to scratch your ass like a bad dog. Wanderlei should in early Pride days. Why God, as bad as it's a bad, I mean, BJJ is pretty much useless in the real world unless you're fighting somebody who has zero skill whatsoever in anything. That was an exhibition match between Canelo and. As soon as I saw them standing face to face, I knew it was on. How you doing, King Aya? Shout out to you, bro. Canelo was Canelo got shown absolute levels in that fight. Kicked in the sack, yep, all right on the inside of the thigh. Clipped the cup a little bit. Frankie, you got to check out this anime called Perfect Blue. I've heard of it. I think I might have seen little bits of it as well, but it's definitely on the list, Speaky. I'm going to get round to properly watching it. Well, Aguilar is really swinging for the fences here. That might be the only way he's going to get this done. But no, Timmy, I agree with you about Canelo. I agree with you about judo as well. The thing is that judo is really, really good at using somebody's momentum against them. It's a psychological. I may have even seen a few of them. Let me write it down, and I'll jump on it while I'm getting bored by the UFC tonight. Let me just take a picture of it. Perfect Blue. Take a picture of that right there. What is Aguilar doing? Buddy, I was a national and European boxing champ, and my little bro did BJJ for a few months, and I've never felt so helpless. That's interesting to hear from somebody who's a. I mean, calling BJJ soy is a little bit unfair, but I just feel like out there in the real world, unless you're really genuinely having a one-on-one, it's just never wise to get on the ground when you're in the street. All right, Sumaderji's starting to piece him up now. I will give Perfect Blue a proper run through. I do like something psychological, so I will take your recommendation on board. Man, Sumaderji is so lanky. I'll take your advice on board 100%. BJJ only works on clueless people. I think that's a bit unfair. Just don't wank your shit to the main character. Thanks for the warning, man. Because I probably would have gone ahead and done so. I don't jerk off the cartoons. I let somebody do my jerking off for me. Boxing is not a real martial art. It teaches you to break your wrists without gloves, and you can't grapple for shit. I do think somebody with good grappling tends to, because I've got myself out of some very sticky situations against much bigger people by just taking them by the legs. Just having that basic understanding of going for the legs. Oh, that was, whoa, the way Sumaderji just threw him to the ground was embarrassing. Holy shit. That he treated him like a fucking toddler. In a street fight, if you pull guard, you're going to get sledgehammered to the face. Precisely. It's a tradition more than a martial art. I think I agree with that, Taekwondo is another thing that's useless. Taekwondo is glorified fucking point fighting. Frankie, if my girlfriend is fictional, then who have I been coming to in these days? I'm not knocking you, bro. Get your nut away the way you need to. Boxing is S tier, and there is loads of clinch in boxing if you're doing it right. I mean, the thing is, yeah, a martial art or a form of fighting is only as good as the person who's wielding it. That's the bottom line. It all comes down to IQ when it comes to fighting, and just a little bit of dumb luck as well. I think Ilya is going to be the main event for the White House. I think they should just do Ilya. I said this in my last stream. I think they should do Ilya versus Makhachev at 165. Have you watched those Kingsman movies? I've never seen any of them. I've heard they're decent. Boxing goes back to ancient Sumeria. Please don't disrespect. I don't think you should disrespect anyone who commits to fighting. In a clinch, your ability to punch goes out the window. I mean, that's why I'm a big fan of Muay Thai. Because I'm not very good with my hands, but you best believe I'm gonna throw some dirty elbows. If you're gonna be somewhere who's regularly getting into scraps out there, you need to be able to throw elbows. When I was in secondary school, my mate was getting mugged on his way to school, so he unzipped his trousers and the guy ran away. That's what I'm saying, man. Just pop your shirt off, get your kit out, get your kit off. It's the unrated best. What is Aguilar doing? If Suma Durji gets caught with something here, I'm going to be very disappointed. Muay Thai is dope. Being able to use knees, being able to use elbows. You don't need hip rotation to KO somebody, but it helps. Again, man, I'm not very well versed in striking at all. And I've never claimed to be. Naked Turkish bath wrestling goes back to 3000 BC. It doesn't mean it's the best. With boxing versus BJJ, your lead leg is a disadvantage as well. If you can't box and they're on top of you. My 13-year-old can literally destroy me and I'm 15 stone. I mean, fair enough, bro. Why are you ignoring me? Jamal, I'm not ignoring you. I'm stuck in top chat, unfortunately, so that's why I might be missing them. Frankie, did you see Paprika? I still haven't seen it yet. I've downloaded it though. Oh, Suma Durji is absolutely beating the fuck out of him. Picking him apart. I've got Suma Durji on my parlay as well, so let's not go at pork chop now. I think he means the region, not the fact that it was called Turkey. And the region did exist, kind of. Not that I'm taking sides here, because I love you both. Suma Durji is cruising right now, but I'm worried he's going to get too carried away with his own work and get caught with one of these looping. Oh no! Oh no! Paprika. I'm gonna watch that over the weekend as well. Let me just take a little snap to remind myself. Paprika. I bet you researched that anime before watching it. Which one? I am an anime fan, but I'm not a hardcore. The last one I watched was Monster, and the ending really did disappoint me. But I watched Death Note again recently, and I watched Cowboy Bebop at least once a year. My recommendation will leave your search shit to fuck itself. I can't believe somebody's coming in here and spamming UFC lives. It means we've made it, boys. The fact that I'm getting botted, I'm very, very proud of. A man with the word vag in his name is running his mouth. I'm going to stay out of this one. Why don't we see sumo on MMA? We know why. We know why. Sumo is fucking unwatchable. Death Note is amazing. I've actually got like the original mangas as well. Unopened somewhere. I've got them in my library somewhere. Suma Durji is looking really good, but Jesus Aguilar does suck. Yeah, Death Note is one of my favorites. It's not as cerebral as it likes to make itself out to be. You know, with Attack on Titan, I couldn't well, Suma Durji, I don't really like to use the word locks, but Suma Durji was somebody that I really like. I think I'm going with Suma Durji. I'm going with the guy who's fighting Cody Brundage, although you never can trust Cody Brundage not to get I think Alberto Montez as well. Now, Attack on Titan, yeah, I do think it's good. I got to like the 20th episode, and then it gets confusing for me. I feel like there's a point in it where it suddenly jumps to nowhere, and I got really confused and then stopped watching it. I once nutted in a girl's mouth, and she sneezed, and it came out of her nose. I bet that felt horrible for the poor bitch. You can't escape my third eye. How you doing, Holding Dan Sock? Sumaderji's getting the work done here. He's just Jesus Aguilar has just got nothing for him. But I am worried about one of these windmills coming and catching him. I genuinely am. Because he's almost winning too easily. We did the Brazilian. Attack on Titan is something that I'm gonna have to go back to, but I feel it's just like I've tried watching it through twice here, and I think it's like the 20th or so episode, and I'm not exactly sure which one. But I suddenly feel like I'm confused about what's going on. It might be because I've got early onset Alzheimer's. Japanese should start importing immigrants, considering its women aren't popping babies out. Yeah, the birth rates in Japan are very concerned, but they're kind of like that. Suma Derji is taking the piss out of this cunt. Kara, I've done BJJ before fucking my knee. That's how my child got involved. I can beat anyone outside of Chipper, and that was a dream of 14. Titles mean nothing. I watched the first Attack of Titan, and I couldn't stop watching. I'm definitely going to go back to it because a lot of people rave about it. Speaky, is Attack on Titan concluded yet? Like, is it done? I'm curious to know. Go to full English. Mine's is 3 Cumberland sausage, 2 poached eggs, grilled tomato. I don't fuck with tomato in my breakfast. You were doing so well there. Beans, hash browns, a large coffee, and a water to cleanse it all the way down. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me right now? You know I'm starving. I've still got 24 hours left. Attack on Titan is gay as fuck. They yell so much, especially high-pitched girly screaming. It goes on for like 4 minutes with crying and more screaming. It's like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, action is good. Oh, Attack on Titan finished 3 years ago. I'll give it a go then. I will give it a go. Or I'll go back to it again. But I feel like I'm going to have to watch it from the start again. I think it's when the first season, that's when it happens for me. When the first season ends and the second season starts, I just get confused. I suddenly have no idea what's going on. If it didn't have so much gay yelling and screaming and crying and piercing your eardrums, it would have been good. Yeah, I've got a trigger for fucking sound as well. King Aya, take it easy, man. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate you, bro. I'm finally comfortably over the 1.7 mark, which I'm very, very happy about. Because I had a really, really, really long stretch to get out of the 1,600. Thoughts on Lenny Henry? Cunt. Not funny. And the fact that he was slipping it to Dawn French for so long and took him so long to cheat on her is embarrassing. Trust me, I know anime. That one had way too much yelling and screaming. I believe you. I've seen Jujutsu Kaisen. And I enjoyed it very much. Was Michael Jackson in the Epstein files? He was probably the dish that they were handing around. Anyone that's been like mildly associated with children has definitely been on the island. How you doing, Beyblazer? Fucking hell, man. It's been a minute. Ghost in a Shell, I've never watched, if you can believe it. And I've heard it's amazing. I can't really claim to be a real anime head because I haven't seen that. Have you guys seen Promised Neverland, by the way? Promised Neverland for me is like the most goatish show for the first season. And it goes from being the best anime of all time, in my opinion, to being the worst. Ghost in a Shell has to be done. Remember, we spring forward tonight, do we? Shit. I did not know that. Fuck. This time jumping ahead thing, it really sucks when it's an hour forward. Is it really good though? Do you mean Ghost in a Shell? Jujutsu Kaisen didn't have gay screaming. It was fantastic. The AI anime of Pam Bondi testifying to the House Judiciary Committee on why she botched the Epstein file release was incoherent stock market numbers is better than any full anime. Fuck it hell. I would be disappointed if Daniel Craig was in the files. I don't know why, but yeah. Who do you think will win, Charles versus Holloway? I'm going with Charles Oliveira, as long as he treats it like a real MMA fight. and not like a fucking BMF nonsense bullshit. Because if he stands and bangs with Holloway all night, he's gonna get fucking picked apart. I'll watch Ghost in a Shell. I'm gonna add Ghost in a Shell to the list as well. I thought BST starts on the last Sunday of March. You might be right. The thing is, yeah, with the going forward and going back, I never really take note of it these days because I mostly, obviously because everything's digital now, the time just changes by itself. Charles by glove grab. I'm hoping Charles Oliveira wins because I think it makes things more interesting. You can't really do anything with Max Holloway anymore, although a 155 run might be decent. Bruh, he got slimed out by Tapchuro. I mean, everyone did. Everyone who fights Tapchuro gets slimed out, unless you're Josh Emmett somehow. No, I think I think Jaden Smith was served up, and I think that's why he's so fucked up. I think they passed Jaden Smith around like a bong on Epstein Island. Ghost in the Shell's animation is way beyond its time. It kind of sounds like Akira in that case, then, because Akira just blew my mind with the way that it was. For that to come, I mean, that came out in 1984, I believe. I might be wrong about the year. But Akira is one that always stood with me in terms of the way that it was animated. I have a special MMA. It's called a Glock with one in the chamber. I mean, nothing beats a good shot, to be fair. Or a good stabby as we do in the UK. We like to get up up close and personal with our victims. Have a good one, Frank. Take it easy, pork chop man. Always a pleasure to have you here, sir. Hollywood can't produce shit these days. Yeah, Hollywood has been dead for years. I think Hollywood's oh man, Suma Derji. I think Hollywood peaked in 2006 when you had like indies getting more of their time in the sun, you know. That was actually a really good scrap. Well done, Suma Derji. Great win. Oh no, if Jackie Chan's in the files, I'm done, mate. I love Jackie Chan. After learning Japanese, you just realize that anime is just adults pretending to be edgy teens. The Japanese are weird people. Frankie, I can't eat, man. I can't. I'm going to treat myself to a nice bottle of H2O in a minute. I've just got 24 hours to go. I've lost about 9 kilograms in the last 4 days. No hype for any. It's yeah, Beyblazer. It's not like a star-driven industry anymore. Hollywood isn't about stars anymore. It's just about the numbers and making sure that they just keep the machine going. Who the fuck is Pork Chop? Pork Chop is one of my subscribers and a great dude. I love Pork Chop. Yeah, no, Caravaggio. I'm sure he's fine. Yeah, I'm fasting. I'm 4 days. I'm 4 days into a water fast. I'm not a Muslim. Before you ask, I do it once a month to kind of The longest I've done a fast for is 17 days. 17 days on only water, and I lost almost 20 kilograms. I was around 80, and I got down. Did you quit the vape shit? Sorry to say, I haven't, but I vape very, very rarely now. So what I do, Jamal, yeah, is I eat like crazy. I do recognize you, yeah. I recognize the PFP anyway. I basically eat whatever I want, and then for 5 days of the month, I eat nothing and just drink water. And then I train like an absolute savage during that time as well. So it's literally for health reasons, purely so I can maintain my weight. Because I'm getting old these days, and not these days, I am old, but like my joints are fucked. So I can't do cardio the way that I used to. I used to run for an hour and a half every day. I used to do 15 kilometers a day on a treadmill, and I completely fucked up my knees, my hips. So now I can't really do that much cardio. So I just fast. Do you lose muscle mass? Not really. 20 fucking kilos, yeah, man. I lost 20 kilos in a little over 2 weeks. If you go back to my older videos, you can kind of see it. I had a little bit of a turkey neck going on. 20 kilos, man. And you know what was crazy about it, Beyblazer? Once I got like 4 days in, I wasn't hungry anymore. And it was actually hard to start eating again because my body was just used to just having like a very strong water intake. It was crazy. A nice bowl of woo. I do feel like I know you by a different name though. Have you tried stretching? I am not. The thing is, yeah, I can't. I can barely touch the middle part of my shins. I am not flexible at all. Muscles lose water content though. The thing is, yeah, I don't really believe in all that stuff. I believe that like different things just work for different people. The hunger hormones definitely go down. Frankie, does your room have a chair? No, it doesn't. No cuck in here, man. Octogram, how you doing, bro? Your XP is justification to write a book. I've certainly lived. Oh, you're Batman. Damn, that's disappointing. You didn't. You put me off there with all your normal talk. Don't go back to being your usual self though, because I love this version of you. How does it affect your mental health when you do a 5-day fast? I feel quite sharp, to be honest with you. But you have like your ebbs and flows, you know? I find that the hardest thing, I think as long as I avoid what gets to me really more than anything else here is the smells. When you smell certain, you find that your smell is heightened during that time. I'm much more sensitive to good food smells. And it kind of makes me a little bit like stir crazy. But shout out to you, Batman. It's good. It's always good to have you here. Chiwiwis is getting the victory. I think he's shit, but I think he does win. Does my hairline fall back too? It hasn't had that effect for me. People always give me shit for my hairline, but to be fair to me, like I've had this hairline since I was born. So I don't have a receding hairline. I just have a shit hairline. I remember you said you worked in Qatar. What do you think about what's happening now? I'm more devastated about the fact that I might not be able to travel in 2 weeks because I'm going to Kuwait and then going on to Manila. So that I'm concerned that I'm not going to be able to travel because I believe Kuwait is right next to Iran. I might be mistaken about that, but I think geographically I am correct. All right, I've got to switch over to Discovery. What do you expect from a teenager? But yeah, I mean, I just think he's crap. You should Chad Max. I try to, man. I can't get it going. I can't get it off the ground. I'm obviously, I don't really care about the Middle East as a nation, as an area that much. I obviously had a good 2 years though, good 2 years there. I slammed dick like I never have when I was in Qatar. I went on a dick slinging rampage when I was there. Carnival cruise stocks are up. I bet they are. Kuwait is next to Iran. I thought so. So I'm flying into Kuwait City and I'm only there for like 3 hours and then flying out. And I imagine they're going to have to do a around Iran, which they probably will do anyway. I don't imagine them flying over Iran at the moment. I think it's obviously a no-fly zone at the moment. I would have loved to have got a direct flight to Manila, but they don't do them from England anymore. It's a crying shame. And by the way, Blazer, it's a long time since I've seen you, man. I'm really glad that you've popped up again. Shout out to you, bro. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to head off now because I need to get my workout in, and I'm amazed that I've lasted this long. So what I would suggest you guys do, and while you're over there, shout the channel out. Let's farm some more. As if you're bagging chicks now. I'm not. I'm absolutely not. I'm out of the game, Octogram. I'm absolutely. I'm not gonna. I'm flying in there and flying out. I may go to Dubai again when things calm down because I took my son there last year and he loved it. There's a lot of stuff to do there. But anyway, boys, I'm gonna head off now. If you could head over to our boy Dougie's Corner and, like I said, give the channel a little shout out and support his channel because he will be with you for the entire duration of the card. He does entire card watch-alongs, and he's obviously not as he's a big channel, but he's not who the oh Jesus Christ. Niam Jargal Tun Memdum Berel. I don't like Cody Durden. Manila, huh? Manila, baby. I'm going there on the 21st, and I arrive on the 22nd. And I plan on having a very good time. And then I'm going to Bangkok and Spain and oh my god, my brain is fucked. I'm going to Macau as well. 1-2 so far. I am 2-1. Pearl Harbor only happened because a bunch of Japanese fucks couldn't swallow their pride that someone out there is stronger than them. Frankie's gonna raid the stream. I appreciate that, bro. Shout out to Dougie's Corner. I'm gonna head off now. I've got to get my workout in and I've got to get my water intake done. So much love to all of you. Thanks for hanging out with me for as long as you have. If you wouldn't mind liking the stream before bouncing, obviously if you're not sub, do so. I'm not gonna bang cock. I'm just gonna go there. There's nothing gay about me, mate. Contrary to all the opinions out there. Do you smoke weed on vacation? I haven't smoked weed since I was 24, but when I go to Thailand, I'm definitely going to smoke weed. I've got myself a nice balcony. All my boys are going to be out. And it's not legal in Bangkok, but it's available. I'm afraid the Middle East is going to make you do what you've been doing in Qatar again. Oh, don't say that, man. Don't say that. Oh, man, that was a great time in my life. I used to get drunk every day. And I was smashing indiscriminately. It was a good time in my life. I miss it. It was fun. Anyway, boys, I'm genuinely going to go now. I'm going to drop the link one more time. Head over to Dougie's Corner and let him know I sent you. Much love. Next stream will be tomorrow. I'm going to do a reaction to this card. I will. Babe Laser, thank you so much for pulling up again. You've been missed, man. You are a great member of this community. I will. Cody Durden's got him down. I love you all, man. I appreciate this community so much. You know that I do. By the way, I'm Saudi. Shout out to Saudi Arabians, man. You motherfuckers know how to party. I made a good friend from Saudi in the last time I went to Bangkok, and he was getting it in. He was going crazy. I had to, and I saved him from a ladyboy as well. So we became very close friends. Learn anti-Semitic phrases to teach us while you're there. I'm on it, sir. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch you tomorrow. I'll be popping in around the same time, about 8:30 UK time, and hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about after this card. Dougie's Corner. Dougie's Corner. Let me copy that one more time. In a bit, guys.